Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to talk about the new Hindi Telugu film Adipurush. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do reviews and trailer reactions to Indian cinema. Okay, so Prabhas, this has been an eagerly anticipated film. Prabhas playing Ram, called Raghav, in this Ramayana retelling. And Saif Ali Khan is Ravana, and then Kriti Sanon is our Sita or Janaki. I watched the Telegu version of this film, and I have to tell you, because I wanted to hear Prabhas' own voice, but he hardly speaks in the film. And Kriti Sanon took Telugu lessons, and she did her own dubbing for the Telugu. I think it was filmed both in Hindi and Telugu. And Saif Ali Khan was dubbed by another actor. I don't know. I recognized the voice from other Telugu dubbed movies, but I wish I had seen the Hindi version just because the voice of the actor, I can't remember his name, but the voice of the actor who dubbed Prabhas for the Hindi version of Bahubali did this dubbing for the Hindi version of this movie. And I think in the end, I would have preferred to hear Saif Ali Khan, who had more speaking lines. I would have liked to hear him chew the scenery in Hindi in his own voice, to be honest with you. Okay, so this is the second film of Om Raut. And, okay, I'm not the only one that's saying this. This is really, I felt like it was a mashup of Ramayana with DC, Marvel, Tolkien, Game of Thrones. Like, it was, I don't even know where to start. All right, I will say some positive things. I thought Kriti Sanon really did a great job playing Sita. Prabhas is great in the action parts. I mean, he's kind of a man made for that slow-mo, graceful moves and action battle scenes. And Saif Ali Khan always makes a good villain. I mean, you could just say that. He always makes a good villain. I have not seen the first film, Om Raut, Tanhaji, I think, was also Saif Ali Khan was a villain in that. I did not. I have not seen that, but I think they had worked together before. I thought Saif was a really good Ravana, but just some of the production design choices were crazy. Saif Ali Khan's lair on Lanka, it looked like a black fortress of, like everything was black. So it was like the Fortress of Solitude, like from Superman, it just looked sort of like a DC or Marvel villain lair. That's the only way that I can phrase it. Like, it just kind of looked, in a way, ultra modern. Listen, I'm all about reimagining things and not having to have everything super traditional, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't jibe with me. I did like, there was a huge linga in his lair, and then at one point he was playing, and there was these statues that kind of represented all of his heads, although you did see all of his heads at CGI and other parts. So there was one scene where Saif is covered by all of these boa constrictor kind of huge snakes. And one of his minions comes in and says, literally, "I'm sorry to interrupt your massage." No, I actually thought that was awesome. I thought it was just an awesome, like something that surprised me that I have never seen before. It was really crazy. And so that crazy I liked. Some of the other crazy, okay, those of you who are much more familiar with this epic story, I have seen different versions of it, but are there supposed to be orcs? Because there were orcs in this one. Like, the monsters that Ravana controls looked like Tolkien orcs to me. I mean, it was, or like Game of the Thrones orcs or something. I mean, they just, that, and I just felt like it kind of took me out of the story because I kept thinking, So at a certain point, we're seeing this huge battle sequence between CGI monkeys of all types, the monkey, Hanuman's army, and then orcs. Okay. Some of Ravana's underlings, there was one guy that had super speed. I mean, again, and there was one point where during the battle, Prabhas, the guy playing his brother, Hanuman, and a couple other people assembled, and it looked like one of those Marvel assemble kind of things, right? The moments that we've seen in Marvel. So it was just kind of had this mashup feel to me that I don't know. And then in other ways, it was very, traditional kind of costuming. I loved Kriti Sanon's sari. I loved the look. I don't know, it looked like silk or something. It just, she did a great job. Prabhas, if you've watched this channel for a long time, you know that I love him, but I'm frustrated with the choices that he's making in movies. And this film, maybe it was what the director was telling him that he has this regal bearing. Okay, I go with that. He's great in action, but he was so expressionless for a lot of this movie. It just had no feeling to me. There was never one moment of humor to break up all of the seriousness. I don't know. It just kind of felt like everything was kind of the same tone, and only Saif Ali Khan was kind of bringing the fireworks to the show. So I was frustrated with this film. The CGI wasn't as bad as I was afraid it was going to be from the teaser trailer, but there were some scenes looked really great. Like I said, we have all these, CGI orcs, CGI monkey army, whatever. They looked really good. But then something as simple as Prabhas handing Kriti a flower, and the flower was glitching. So there were little details where the CGI just didn't match up to the level of film that this was supposed to be. But overall, it looked pretty good. Like I said, having the lair look like Black Fortress of Solitude was not a matter of bad CGI. It was just a weird choice of production design. So this is only a sophomore film from this director, and I just have to say, I didn't feel like, when Prabhas gave this what was supposed to be an inspiring speech to the monkey army, the Hanuman's army, that I wasn't no lines of dialogue, and I don't think it was just the translation from the Telegu or Hindi or whatever it was originally written into the English that was lacking. It just, nothing was, transcendent for me. So I come away from this film a little bit disappointed. Yes, it is a big spectacle. I did not see it in 3D. It was supposed to be released on IMAX, but there's a rule, at least in the United States, there can only be one movie that's released in IMAX, and this is the weekend that The Flash comes out. So I don't know. I'm disappointed with this. Prabhas, I give him a chance. He's working with a younger director. Okay, but to me, film was a bit of a misfire. You tell me if they're supposed to be orcs. I don't know. Anyway, I thought Saif did great. Kriti did great. I don't know the name of the actor that did Hanuman. He was pretty good. What limited part that he had, and Prabhas was kind of flat for me. I'm just being honest. All right. I really want to know, if you saw this film, what did you think about it? What did you think about the choices that they made to freshen up, whatever word you want to use, to change the story, the look of the story, or the feel of the story? Did you agree with those choices? Did you think they were great? Did you think they were weird? I really want to know, so please leave comments if you've seen this film. I want to know, those of you who are super familiar with this story, who grew up with it, how did you feel about this retelling of the Ramayana? All right. Follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT. Follow me on Instagram at Pardesi Reviews. And if you hit the bell here when you subscribe, you'll never miss another trailer action or film review.